Hong Kong police arrested a couple in Pat Hung for their alleged involvement in 15 car thefts. 4 stolen cars and a motorcycle were recovered. Police say the suspects used a hard object to smash car windows and then employed electronic equipment, typically used for vehicle diagnostics and repair, to bypass the ignition system and steal keyless entry vehicles. This sophisticated method, utilizing readily available tools, marks a new trend in vehicle theft, highlighting the proactive efforts of Hong Kong law enforcement in combating evolving criminal tactics. During the 139th day of the trial against Jimmy Lai, founder of Next Media and Apple Daily, for allegedly colluding with foreign forces, Lai claimed in a personal interview that the CCP has nothing to do with us, emphasizing Hong Kong's adherence to one country, two systems and his identity as a Hong Konger. Judge Esther To pointed out that, "We are Chinese," and asked, "Are you yellow-skinned?" Lai retorted, "Being yellow-skinned doesn't determine whether I'm Chinese." The prosecution also questioned Lai's linking of his arrest to the CCP in another program, alleging it aimed to spread hatred, a claim Lai denied. Eight defendants accused of plotting 3 bombings in early 2020 under the Terrorism Prevention Ordinance faced their 59th day of trial in the High Court yesterday. The prosecution presented evidence including phone records showing Telegram group messages where members discussed using masks and fake beards to disguise themselves while transporting explosives. One female defendant, Chung Pui K, allegedly responded to a suggestion with a mask on. Where would anyone see a beard? Furthermore, police recovered a 3D printer, notebooks, aluminum powder, and calcium hypochlorite from the residence of a male defendant, Chow Ho Man. Hand-drawn diagrams were reportedly found in the notebooks. Hong Kong police arrested a 39-year-old unemployed local woman for allegedly using counterfeit 500 Hong Kong dollars notes at least 3 times recently to purchase groceries and obtain change. Police recovered 2 counterfeit 500 Hong Kong dollars notes, apparently based on genuine banknotes, and a foreign banknote from an African country bearing the words 500 Hong Kong dollars. She is charged with 3 counts of using forged currency and will appear in Kowloon City Magistrates' Courts. Mrs. Leung, wife of former chief executive Tsai Leung, and her nonprofit organization, Chi Shi Fu, are involved in a small claims court dispute with a construction company. The company is seeking approximately 217,000 Hong Kong dollars in outstanding payment and legal fees for renovation work. Mrs. Leung countersued for 225,000 Hong Kong dollars, claiming losses due to incomplete work and subsequent remediation. The case was adjourned to March 31 for judgment. A subcontractor is suing Bahinia Construction and its related companies for over 9.55 million Hong Kong dollars in unpaid fees for 23 completed and ongoing projects involving the Housing Authority, Airport Authority, and universities. This comes as the veteran Hong Kong construction firm, Bahinia Construction Industry Group, faces a winding-up petition in the High Court. The High Court has ordered the liquidation of Hong Kong's Hong Kong Bridge Home private care facility for the disabled in Kwai Chung. following a successful civil claim by the family of a female resident who was sexually assaulted by the former director. The Department of Social Welfare had previously revoked the facility's license, while criminal charges against the director were dropped due to the resident's unsuitability to testify. The family's subsequent civil suit resulted in a compensation award of approximately 1.194 Hong Kong dollars million. The company failed to oppose the liquidation petition filed by the resident's mother. The recent public debut of Hong Kong's panda twins at Ocean Park has sparked a panda craze. The Greater Bay Area offers numerous affordable and family-friendly options for animal encounters, including many zoos and aquariums with some admission tickets costing as little as 20 RMB. Yesterday, Financial Secretary Paul Chan presented the new budget. As is customary, the Government Information Services (GIS) allowed media to preview the budget 2 hours beforehand at government headquarters. All journalists were required to surrender their phones to prevent leaks, with no communication or leaving permitted until the presentation concluded. However, near the end, a GIS staff member announced over the intercom that someone had left their phone behind, causing a stir among reporters. This suggests a breach of the no-phone rule. Secretary of Financial Services and the Treasury, Paul Chan, presented the 2023-24 budget in LegCo. Several officials and pro-establishment legislators coordinated their attire with the budget's teal cover. Secretary for Education, Christine Choi, wore a teal top, while Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism, Katie Kung, sported a blue jacket. Legislators including Regina Ip, who also chairs EXCO, and several members from the Business and Professionals Alliance for Hong Kong, BPA, DAB, and the Election Committee, wore blue suits, posing for photos before the meeting. The frequency of keywords in the budget reflects its priorities. This year's budget significantly emphasizes artificial intelligence, mentioning it 32 times compared to 8 times last year. Similarly, the Northern Metropolis is highlighted more prominently this year, 19 mentions versus 3 last year, while talent received significant attention last year, 61 mentions. Its presence decreased by approximately 38% this year, 38 mentions. The budget's deficit received similar attention this year, 15 mentions, and last year, 14 mentions. Last year's policy address announced a pilot program to implement smart management in 10 housing authority estates, a plan further detailed in the latest budget, outlining the use of IoT sensors, robotics, and a central property management platform, to be launched this year. To improve efficiency, government sources have identified some of the pilot estates as including Hin Tin Estate, Tuen Mun, Queens Hill Estate, Fanling, Phu Dip Estate, Tai Po, Shek Pai Wan Estate, Aberdeen, Shui Chuan O Estate, Shatan, and Tung Wai Estate, Wong Tai Sin. The Kai Tak Sports Park, opening this Saturday, showcased a countdown light show on the main stadium's exterior wall last night. LED lights displayed 3 days to go in Chinese and English. Citizens gathered at the park to watch. The budget reveals a substantial deficit of $87.2 billion this year, with next year's outlook equally challenging. Even with the projected reduction to $67 billion, the fiscal gap remains significant. Revenue generation is constrained by the need to maintain economic competitiveness, limiting the impact of measures like increased airport departure taxes or potential land border fees. Expenditure cuts are similarly modest, leaving the two-year target of a surplus in operating accounts uncertain. While maintaining existing civil servant salaries, reductions to various popular social programs are likely to cause public dissatisfaction. The government projects a return to overall surplus in 4 years, but the timeline for achieving a true balanced budget, excluding net debt proceeds, remains unclear.